What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Finally getting a chance to do level 80 this time around. Initially on day 1, I actually did reach level 80, but I wasn't able to clear it because I made a bit of a mistake in the team build that I went with. However, after a bit of testing, I have a team that's able to get it done, so I'm going to be showing you guys my team in this video today. And we'll see how things go. So I guess without further ado, we're just gonna jump into it, of course. And you know, my whole ideology for Pirate King Adventures in this season, and I guess with most seasons, is I'm going to be coasting level 80 throughout the entire way through until I get all of my turtles. Once I do that, I'll start reporting on videos clearing level 100, 100 plus, and all the way up to level 150, of course. So that is my goal. So the fact that I'm coasting level 80, I highly advise you guys to do this as well. It allows you to get turtles much more efficiently. You know, set your level to level 60 or level 80 or even level 40, whatever you want to do. Because what happens is when the boss level is at 40, 60, or 80, I'm not too sure if it counts for like 50, 70, or 90. I'm not too sure. I think it might. But what it means is that the two mini bosses are together, and you can actually land on both mini bosses in one run. So one stamina bar can actually get you many more turtles as you're able to clear more mini bosses at once. So throughout this run, I'm going to go ahead and clear the Rayleigh and the Roger fight. I'll skip those because I know you guys aren't really here for that. But the rainbow chest or the rainbow favorites would actually be pretty good. So let's go ahead and continue on. I guess I'll pick up the chest because actually I want to get these statues as much as I possibly can, because they stated in this season that the buddy levels of the Straw Hats can actually exceed the max level of what they did last time. I believe previously you can only get them to max buddy level of level 50, so I'm interested to see what you can get them to this time. So I've landed on Roger, of course, and the team that we're going to be using is this one right here. I did show it off in my initial video when I was on stream. We use the exact same team versus Roger and Rayleigh, just that we changed the friend captain around just a little bit. You know, versus Roger, we use Luffy Yamato as the friend captain, but we set it as Luffy as the main captain, just so we have a bit more damage versus the Dex boss towards the end. And then versus Rayleigh, we instead just use the Yamato side of the dual unit. So anyways, I'll go ahead and do this, and we're going to be right back. Alright, so we just beat Roger, you know, pretty straightforward, no real big issues. And that's the other thing as well, is, you know, you can go ahead and level up Roger and Rayleigh to whatever level you want. You know, whatever's comfortable for you. Personally though, I'm going to keep them at lower levels just so that I can just auto them and not really have to worry about it. Because doing 3 bosses per stamina, it can get quite annoying if you have to do it over and over and over again. So I just don't even worry about it. Turtles would be nice, but considering every single month I like to use the green tickets to purchase the Super Cola, I'm going to pick up the green tickets this time around just to mitigate some of the costs that I spent. We're going to go ahead and run into versus Rayleigh now. Once again, level 40, and once again, using the exact same team composition. So once again, we'll go ahead and clear it, and we'll be back once we get the team completely done. And there we have it, versus Rayleigh is also now complete. You love to see it. Now we can actually focus on the main task at hand versus MAHA. The team that I am using to beat MAHA, by the way, I actually haven't put MAHA on the team itself, though you could definitely try and do that. It's just the fact that the Perona character that we got from the recent, from the recent Kizuna Clash, that unit's actually very good for this quest. So I am going to continue to use her, but once we get to past level 80, you know, into the level 100 and stuff like that, I'm probably going to shift the team up a little bit just to accommodate for a few more gimmicks and stuff. But again, we'll have to wait and see how things progress moving forward. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this Rumble match. We'll be back. And there we have it, another win there. And remember to actually do those Rumble matches every now and again, because there are Chopper Man missions focused around you clearing Rumble matches in the Pirate King Adventures a few times. So make sure to actually go ahead and do those. Pick up the Luffy statue. Luffy statue is going to be the most valuable in terms of statistical increases, because you want as many strength bonuses as you possibly can. And there we go, we got another Luffy statue there, so that's fantastic. And now we can go up against the level 80 MAHA. And the team that we're going to be using is going to be this one here. The only issue is this team is utilizing the friend captain of Izo. So if we don't find a friend captain Izo, we're actually going to have to just wait a little while and actually find that. So hopefully one can actually show up. So let's see here. Will we get one to show up? That is going to be the question. And we do not. So I guess we'll be back once we find an Izo friend. Okay, so we randomly actually found an Ezo, which is good to go. So this is the team that we have here. As we said, I mentioned about the Perona with the Kuma support. Great combo in this event. We also have Nami with that carrot support. I know it's probably not, you know, very accessible, but this carrot support's really useful in this event. And then we've got the Raizo and the Otama support to enable us to remove bind. And I think that moving forward, I probably will shuffle the team around a little bit so that I don't have to rely on an Ezo friend captain for farming, because it is going to be difficult to do that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, we also are using this ulti on the team as well. She's a boosted unit. Not a very high boosted unit, but a boosted unit nonetheless. She removes threshold on the final stage, as well as gives us a chain boost, which is kind of nice too. At this point though, we actually don't really need to do much stall at all. The only thing that we would like to get is get a matching slot on Ezo, so it makes stage 3 a little bit more effective to kill. So hopefully we can get a matching slot there. That would be pretty good. Unfortunately not going to happen, it looks like. Because matching slots on our right side of our team is actually not going to be a problem. I will just do one turn of stall just to see if we get a matching slot. We do get a matching slot, which is great. Move on to the next stage. Alright, so yeah, we're just flying through, because when you use boosted units, you don't even worry about it. And we don't really need super swaps right now, even though super swaps, you know, would be a nice thing. It's not the end of the world right now anyway. So Perona's good. She actually removes the special bind that gets inflicted here on stage 3, which is great. And that supportive carrot's so good for removing the rainbow shield on the enemy side of the field. It's absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and use the Perona special here. Now, if you're able to do it, if you could just tank the burn and the attack down on this Apu stage and then save Perona for the next stage, it actually works out even better, because her special also removes bind, and you are inflicted with a lot of bind on the on stage 4. So if you're able to save Perona for that stage, it actually makes it a lot better. So I'll probably try and develop a team around that. So Perona here removes all of those debuffs. And we're going to go ahead and use the switch abilities of our two units here. The Ezo works really well with the Odin and Toki, because Odin and Toki provide a lot of buffs for slashes. And for some reason, this Ezo is also a slasher. So it actually works out really well. And you do need, you know, one of the Scabbards or Odin or something to activate his superclass special. So it actually works out very, very well. With all these buffs activated though, let's go ahead and get the kill. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we move on to stage 4, which is the most annoying stage in this entire quest, because of the fact that they actually put damage limiter on this stage, which means you can only kill one of these guys at a time. And when you do that, after like one turn has passed, they actually do like bad things, you know, where Queen, he can blind your crew, and then King inflicts Rainbow Shield on himself, so you need like another Rainbow Shield remover. So you see the supports coming in clutch there to remove the bind for us, which is great. And that Otama support's so cool too, as it also locks orbs. So the recovery slots that are given to us, we can actually treat those as matching, which is really, really strong. So here we're going to go ahead and use the switch ability of Odin Toki. And we'll also use their special, because that's going to remove the paralysis on our crew, which is kind of important to do that. Also gives a color affinity boost to slashes, so Ezo is going to be hitting really hard. We'll switch into Ace for the chain boundary too. And because we don't have like an additional way to remove Rainbow Shield, well actually technically we do, because we could use Ezo's captain ability to do that if you hit a perfect, if you've got barrier penetration active, which with the way that Ezo is built, we actually would have barrier penetration active right now. So that is something that we could do, but I think I'm going to play it safe and kill King first, because I know that we can get through by killing King first. Alright, so let's do this. Yeah, Ezo has a lot of buffs on that stage, so he's going to hit really hard against the enemy. And then we have Queen. So he does a lot of damage to us. And we are still above full HP, which means that, yeah, that actually would have worked for the barrier penetration stuff. But you see here that we are inflicted with blindness, which is kind of annoying. So if you were, you know, focusing on using Ezo's captain ability around the whole hitting perfects, it does make it a bit harder to do that. We'll switch back into Toki to get another orb boost. We'll switch back into Luffy to get chain boundary. And we should have enough damage to kill from here. We don't have to worry about matching slots either, because we're going to have boosts moving into the next stage there, and then we can move into the last stage versus MAHA. So MAHA, he does have a couple of really annoying gimmicks, and especially once you get to level 100 plus, there's a lot of really stupid gimmicks are occurring here. So you see that there's special bind, there's you know, block slots of course, and then there's the defensive effects, and then there's also the despair. But this is where the Kuma support comes in to just help us remove it completely. Very useful. It's going to remove the special bind on the whole crew. Now, the thing that's kind of cool as well is the way that Luffy and Ace work. So what we'll do first is we'll use the switchability of Odin Toki, which gives us a really not usable orb boost, but then when we switch back into Ace and then we use his special, because of the way that he works, he's going to replace the orb boost, and then because we already have an orb boost, we'll actually get the attack boost as well. So I love this combo of having overrideable attack and orb boosts, and then these characters that have reduced redundancy specials, so you can get both of the buffs simultaneously. So we're going to get both of the amazing attack and orb buffs from Luffy and Ace during one special launch. Unfortunately, we can't get his full conditional unless if we got the super swap, of course. Actually, no, it doesn't even go through immunity at that point, so it doesn't even matter. Let's go ahead and use the super class of Izo, which is going to go ahead and give a shooter resistance, which is actually really cool. So Izo's going to hit even harder. And then, of course, Izo's special is going to be nice here too, because the enemy has 5 turns of damage threshold remaining. We actually will get the full board of Wano slots for the whole crew. We get a base attack boost. It's just a really nice combo here. And then we can finally end this off by using the special of Ulti. And of course, if you had a more efficient team, you actually don't need these specials to remove the gimmicks, because the captain ability of Izo will kind of carry you through dealing with the defensive effects of the enemy. So, you know, as things move on, you probably actually don't even need the team the way it's built right now. So with all of this, should be able to get the kill pretty comfortably here. Let's get it. Yeah, there we go. Easy. Easy. And you saw that I tried to get the kill with Izo, but I realized that my HP was at 50%, which means that the barrier penetration of Izo doesn't actually work. I think that's a huge missed opportunity. I actually hate the fact that Izo's potential ability of barrier pierce is not like normal Sugofest exclusives. Normally, for any Sugofest exclusive, their barrier pierce is always immune to barriers, always bypass barriers. But the way that Izo works, he only gets it if you're at high HP or at low HP. Very weird for a Sugofest exclusive. Either way, picking up a bunch of rewards. We've picked up 160 turtles thus far, so we've got a lot of time to go before we pick up, you know, enough turtles to get all the rewards done. But that is going to be the goal, of course. But that is pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.